After an explosive finale and reunion, it's time to find out what the Ultimatum, Queer Love cast is up to today. Did anyone stay together? Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching for more details. The Ultimatum, Queer Love Season 1 was action-packed, the finale and shocking reunion aired, and it's time for a cast update. The Netflix reality TV series was revolutionary, featuring 5 female and non-binary couples. It followed the structure of the Ultimatum, Marry or Move On's inaugural installment. One partner in each relationship issued an ultimatum to their partner. While some trial marriage pairs made palpable connections, including Yoli and Xander, others stained their relationships by hooking up, including Vanessa and Ry. Tea was spilled at the reunion after the fallout of the 4 original couples getting engaged. So, there's more to know now. Lexi and Ry. When Ry proposed to Lexi, she was happy to accept, and the pair seemed poised to begin their lives together. Lexi had issued Ry the ultimatum. While Ry experimented physically with Vanessa during their trial marriage, she ultimately returned to Lexi. However, Lexi tended to railroad Ry throughout the season. Ry had zero self-esteem. Watching Ry get constantly run over by Lexi's overbearing personality was difficult to watch. It was an uncomfortable experience. Ry and Lexi were still together at the reunion and planning their wedding. However, the two broke off their engagement shortly after the reunion aired. Post-filming, Lexi continues working as an Instagram influencer. She regularly does brand promotions and has 881,000 followers on Instagram. As for Lexi's love life, she alluded to a new relationship in April 2023. She then hard-launched her girlfriend, Lil Z, at Xanderald in June 2023. Since then, Lexi and Lil Z have shared tons of content together. Outside of her love life and influencer status, Lexi's dedicated to working out. She posts exercise videos both solo and with her girlfriend. Lexi has gone through several hair transformations since the Ultimatum, Queer Love, from blonde to brunette with highlights to light brown. While Lexi and Mal don't have a romantic relationship, they've become close friends who FaceTime regularly, according to Netflix Tudum. Lexi and Ry still follow each other on Instagram. According to Ry's Instagram, her life seems to be filled with travel, friends, and sunshine. She works as a software engineer in Los Angeles and appears to have fully parted ways with Lexi. The show taught her to speak up and advocate for herself. During the reunion, the couple shared that their engagement is still on. Lexi was really enjoying life with her partner. They planned to relocate to Philadelphia because Ry was exploring new career options in that city. She shared a lot of happy thoughts about their romance, discussing fun things they did together, including holidays. However, it was revealed at the reunion that they split up later on. Lexi's now dating a musician named Zank. Tiff and Mildred. Netflix's queer love couple Tiff and Mildred were constantly at odds with each other. However, Tiff still proposed to an excited Mildred in the season finale. In every scene together, one would accuse the other of talking over them. Additionally, Tiff raised red flags about Mildred marrying and divorcing someone she never loved. There was also some expressed dissent about handling Tiff's relationship with Mildred's 16-year-old son, who has disabilities. Perhaps the giant red flag was Tiff and Mildred's nearly weekly breakups, leading to filming Mildred's constant gaslighting of Tiff. This was expanded upon in their fiery reunion exchange. In the reunion, it was revealed that not only had Tiff and Mildred broken off their engagement, but Mildred was arrested during a domestic dispute. She allegedly threw a gate at Tiff and broke a window. Tensions rose during the reunion. Tiff ended up leaving, and despite Sam's best efforts, they decided to leave the premises. Since the reunion, Tiff has been busy utilizing their newfound fame to host the Fweebs podcast with Karina Gonzalez and has a Cameo account. They've also been partnering with Instagram brands. They promote their services as an LGBTQ+ coach. Mildred continues her work as a Zumba instructor but has since left social media platforms, potentially due to backlash she received from the show. As Tiff began a smear campaign against Mildred, Mildred began posting her side of the story. While she came across as in the wrong during the reunion, the truth may be more complex. Tiff hosts and attends Pride events all over the US and is close friends with Ry and Vanessa. She's apparently still single since the show, but joked about dating another mom. Tiff is pursuing a web design career and is an advocate for domestic violence awareness and LGBTQ+ causes. Not much is known about Mildred currently, as she's gone offline. Right now, the two are estranged. They don't talk anymore. Following their engagement, they cohabited. Apparently, the pressure of that new commitment was too much for them. Because they were clashing, they didn't plan a wedding. The breakup was tough for both of them, and they seemed to have hard feelings. It's for the best that this troubled relationship ended. Sam and Aussie. Sam and Aussie's roller coaster ride on the Ultimatum. Queer love culminated in a proposal and engagement in the season finale. Aussie's appearance on the show was a mistake, but it worked out for the pair in the end. While Aussie's selfishness and stonewalling were wholly inappropriate and validated by Mildred during their trial marriage, their willingness to change was commendable. Some scenes were difficult to watch because Aussie unraveled their unresolved childhood trauma. However, Sam's patience was incredible in those moments. She really tried to stay cool, calm and collected. Sam and Aussie revealed they were still together at the reunion, but Sam still hadn't met Aussie's parents. As the pair plans their wedding, they are focusing more on emotional healing and growth rather than setting a date. However, according to Netflix Tudum, the only cast members from the show to be invited to the wedding are Tiff and Vanessa. While Aussie doesn't feel ready to have a relationship with Mildred yet, they want that door to be open in the future. For now, Aussie needs to heal themselves and find who they are. They must also solidify their relationship with Sam. On Instagram, Sam and Aussie display that they are still together and in love. They stated that they aren't in a rush to get married, and it's unclear if Sam has met Aussie's parents yet. Nonetheless, Sam and Aussie are the only remaining successful couple from the Ultimatum, Queer Love. The pair advocate for LGBTQ+ rights and mental health. Xander and Vanessa. Xander and Vanessa were the only pair to say no on their ultimatum day. While Vanessa exhibited growth throughout the show, her dad was astute in suggesting she didn't want to marry Xander. She just didn't want to lose her. This observation proved true, and the two rightfully parted ways. While Vanessa was initially cast as the villain, her red flags softened throughout the season. A person was revealed who was still exploring her queer identity. She wasn't ready for marriage yet, and would maybe never be. Today, Vanessa and Xander remain estranged, despite their sweet moment at the reunion. Vanessa was single for a while before she debuted her girlfriend on Instagram. She also moved to Los Angeles after filming. Vanessa's girlfriend often appears in her posts, and the pair seem smitten. She has kept the identity of her partner private. Xander still lives in Hawaii but mentioned she was considering a move to Los Angeles or San Diego, where the Ultimatum, Queer Love was filmed. However, she is remaining in Hawaii for now. While she and Yoli met up at Coachella, unbeknownst to Mal, their connection fizzled out once they were both single. Xander is taking time for herself before jumping into a new relationship. Xander is focusing on her occupation as a physical therapist and mind and body coach. She often shares workout videos and content related to physical therapy. Xander appears to still be single and has not premiered anyone new on her Instagram since the show wrapped. It's unclear if she is friends with her cast mates. Yoli and Xander don't follow each other on Instagram, and neither do she and Vanessa. There was so much drama between these cast members. As of mid-June 2025, Xander and Vanessa have not reconciled. Unfortunately, Xander decided that they weren't able to be the person Vanessa needed. They felt that Vanessa deserved more than they could give. While they touched on the idea of trying again, they eventually stopped talking. At the reunion, Xander made it clear that they don't communicate lately. Yoli and Mal. Despite the Ultimatum's Yoli's tearful acceptance of Mal's proposal in the season finale, the pair broke up shortly after filming. They tried to make it work, but the same issues kept popping up, and Yoli was still clearly hung up on Xander. Mal's patience with Yoli finally wore thin in the finale, and she accused Yoli of being a liar. When asked if the former couple were still friends, Mal succinctly answered that she couldn't be friends with someone who lies to her. This shows wisdom. They're right. Both Mal and Yoli stayed single at first. This was a massive deal for Yoli, who has jumped from relationship to relationship since she was 17. The show made her realize she needed to work on herself before attaching herself to another person. While she was in contact with Xander, their relationship fizzled like hers and Mal's. Yoli may have inadvertently burned Mal while working through her own feelings on the show, but Mal seemed understanding. The best outcome of the show was the addition of a new lifelong friend, Lexi. Dominic is seen all over Yoli's page these days, and the pair seem very much in love. Mal, on the other hand, seems focused on her friendships. They appear to be single. Mal seemed very taken with Yoli for a long time. Before he proposed, he let her know how much he cared, saying, "It's always been you." The problem was that she didn't seem to feel exactly the same way. She had doubts that crept in. All of this created a troubled dynamic that eventually led to a split. Her glimmers of feeling for Xander were a big issue. She seemed to wonder about their connection. She shared what-if thoughts that didn't foreshadow a happy ending. During their break, the couple drifted further apart before calling it quits for good. While they had time apart, Yoli made up her mind that their relationship wasn't fated to last. Mal wanted more, but he didn't challenge her. Mal let her decision stand. That was a smart thing to do. Over time, he grew more bitter, eventually accusing her of humiliating him despite all of his efforts to make things work. This love story didn't have a happy ending. Of the 5 couples, only one, Sam and Aussie, is still on the road to marriage. The rest have gone their separate ways. However, the healing and growth exhibited by every cast member on the show were worth the journey. The couples who broke up weren't meant to get married. Many are now in therapy to work through their trauma. While most people wouldn't expose their vulnerabilities on screen, perhaps shows like The Ultimatum, Queer Love can encourage others to speak up in their relationships, insist on being chosen, and unravel the trauma that impedes their ability to show up in their lives. Fans can now look ahead to Season 2 of the hit Netflix reality show.